Hello, Reese from the Point Music podcast thingy here. Man, I needed this podcast tonight because I've had a hell of a day and chatting to the guys, chatted to Jason and Andy from Speedracer. They're a Brisbane band. They've been around for years. They've recently brought out their second album and it's killer. If you love stuff like Stone Temple Pilots and Alice in Chains and all that 90s goodness, these guys nail it. But the thing is, I kept trying to talk about this album and we get there and all of a sudden Tangent City. So be prepared for a lot of weirdness and a lot of sort of like banging at each other. It was classic. I hope you enjoy it. Ladies and gentlemen, people of all sorts, this is Andy and Jason from Speedracer. And we're recording. All right. And I've got to choose the right button. There we go. Andy and Jason from Speedracer. How are we?
Good, thanks, Reese. How are you?
I've had a shit day, but yeah.
Have Andy in the band.
Oh, Jason's turned into a robot. That's cool.
On Matrixy, yeah. Where's your phone, Jace?
We'll let
Hey,
you.
have you got a good sick? Yeah.
Yeah. Like Jace will play catch ups.
That's all right. Yeah.
For those listening, because this goes on to audio as well. So those listening,
Did you just punch one, Andy?
I beg your pardon?
No.
Did I just punch one? It sounded like you were doing something with a robot.
Yeah. This is a great start to a podcast. For those that are listening to the audio version of it, and Jason's connection's on 4G, so it's going to go. Whereas Andy's in a nice sort of streamlined internet connection.
I set it up a little bit better. Yeah. I
because you're in two different
got
places.
the tripod out.
Anyway, Speedracer, Brisbane band. Well, you guys are Brizzy, aren't you? Or you?
Yes.
Yeah, but what part of Brizzy though?
Oh man, South side, I suppose.
All right.
At the moment, our new bass player Simon Pamplin, who joined this week, he's up at where's he? Up past Burpengary, so he's on the north side.
Oh, he's up near my.
And Gavin's at Cooperoo.
Oh, you're spread out.
And I had the unfortunate job of living with Jason.
Yeah, he was explaining that to me.
Yeah. He's away on work at the moment, so it's party time here. Yeah.
He's out at Redcliffe or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Someone's got to earn a buck.
Yay! There we go. Clean signal.
Better than how you used to. Yeah.
I figured open up the doors in the unit so it's not a concrete jungle. So hopefully that'll work.
Let the signal flow. So the reason why I got you guys on. I'm gonna adjust my light here too, because if it looks really weird that you're seeing me through like the people watching this won't see the ring.
Yes, the ring.
I got the magic ring that makes me look pretty. You guys contacted me because, well, you didn't realize I was me, firstly, but
no,
we'll get into that in a minute. But
I did, Reese.
Did you?
I knew who you were.
Yeah,
because you play bass. You play bass and keyboards, and you're bitching.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, fuck, you want to get on your knees or what?
Amongst other things.
Today,
you see something good.
Today, I will take that and use that as an ego boost because I've had a very nice day.
Good on you, man.
Yeah.
Man,
I knew you, mate. I knew you're a good bloke, so.
Yeah. A lot of people don't sometimes realise that because I run the Point, but I also do barefoot and mules and swimsuits. So yeah. The reason why you guys contacted me was because you had an album coming, and then next thing you know, it's out.
Yes.
So Beneath the Surface, your second album. I actually didn't know that. I actually thought this was your first one. So I actually haven't dug into your back catalogue. I've got to do that.
That's cool. We had an EP we did like in 2007, so we're going to actually put that up as well. So
man, you guys are in for the long haul.
We're dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. We've seen it all.
Not really. We've seen the bottom end of everything.
You would have seen quite a bit. Yeah. It's rock and roll, man. It doesn't die. But yeah.
Still fun though. Still awesome.
Beneath the Surface, the new album,
yes.
it actually dropped last week. Was it?
Yes.
Yeah, when it was actually supposed to be like tomorrow. So surprise.
Yes.
Surprise. But it gave me enough time to listen to it a few times anyway. Cool as shit album. So my best way...
Awesome. Thanks, man.
You're welcome. My best way... people that love 90s stuff would absolutely froth on this. There is so much Alice in Chains and Stone Temple Pilots in there. It's just ridiculous. And I don't know if that's an obvious influence from you guys or not, but I actually...
They are a heavy influence. Yeah, we grew up a lot. I grew up a lot in that era. And, yeah, it's hard to get away from your influence if you love them, I guess. So.
Pretty much. I mean, it's the same as like Mules, man. We've got a lot of Soundgarden influence in us too. We can't fucking help that.
Hells yeah.
I think there's a bit of Incubus in you guys.
There is a lot of that, man. Incubus is actually one of my favorite bands. So yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it's not intentional. It just comes out.
It comes out. Comes out how it comes out, eh?
Exactly. But the good thing is, it gave me enough time with this album coming out early to digest it a little bit. So
sweet.
Instead of me rushing in and trying to cram in all the songs into an hour before I do a podcast because I've got a pretty busy.
That's good journalism, mate. Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes, man, I have to wing this shit, but I actually got to digest the album, man. But yeah, particularly track 5 is where the influences really was it? Yeah, You Can't See.
Yes.
Because that's the slower track.
Yeah. That was actually written by.
That one was co-written by That song was co-written by an ex-member of us. His name's Dave Locke. He actually drummed for us for a while, and he's a good mate of mine. And we just, he fell on a few hard times. So at that time when we were doing the album, we actually thought to throw it in there, give him the credit, and because we have a lot of influences from other members that have left the band throughout the time when we were going through this writing process, and. We had a chat about it. We could have easily dropped songs off the album, but we thought, like these guys were part of what we did and, the creative process that we went through. So we thought that, we'd throw it on there, and just, because, man, some of these guys we work with were good songwriters. So, so it was just an ode to all the guys that have been with us in the past. So, just pure and simple.
Andy, do you want to translate that? No, I got it.
Yeah.
Well, basically, what we do is, in the band is we try, to get good songs, you need everyone contributing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sounds better if everyone's adding their personalities to the song, but also people sort of move on as well. And we wanted to, use the songs because they're really good, So, Not As Bad, Sleep as well. That was written.
That was the other one.
Co-written with.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were co-written with our old bass player Matt Ryan. And a lot of the guys who who aren't with us anymore have contributed heaps to the albums. So it's. I guess it's just a document of where we've been over the last couple of years musically, you know what I mean?
So how long did it take to actually, from the writing process, obviously, apart from the collaborative stuff that which are older tracks, up until, fully into the studio and production and mixing? How long was that process? Because this sounds like it was a long time.
A long time.
Well, actually, for me, I would say it started around... when we did that Tomcat gig, because we'd got Gavin and Bill on bass, and we had Logan on guitars and keyboards at the time as well.
I remember that, yeah.
And so we had this new band, and we were like, we can't just play with the old material. We need to have something that shows off this band. So that was really the catalyst for writing the album. Wouldn't you agree, Jace?
Yeah,
definitely, mate. Definitely.
Got it.
So we had songs that were in pieces and bits, and we just brought them in, and we just speed racerized them basically. So we started demoing at home and just trying to get the songs together, and they were coming out all right, but I think handing it off to someone else as like an outside party to sort of be a mediator over the stuff was where we started looking at producers, and that was where Jeff came into it. Jeff Lovejoy. So, and we had a chat to him, and he was really good. So he helped us really sort of put it together and help us work out what we needed and what we didn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey,
what do you think about that, Jace? I'll segue to you, mate.
Jace, do you have?
Mate, I second that motion.
Yeah.
I was just going to ask, Jace.
Yeah,
do you have headphones?
Yeah, I'll go put them on, eh?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, he's got some flash headphones, actually. Yeah, put them on. So I guess while he's doing that, so we got Jeff to help us do that. That probably, that was just the budget side of it, really. Yeah. So we did it in sort of sections. We did the basic
very well said,
over 2 days, and then we came in and did like a lot of the overdubs. Then we did a bunch of stuff at home, like backing vocals, keyboards, and guitar overdubs, and went back in and mixed it. So it was really, we had it pretty much all sorted by the time we went into the studio, and just really sort of fine-tune it and put a bit of candy on top, I guess. How's those headphones going, mate?
They're going well.
Oh, that's way better.
Oh, wow, I can hear all you guys, hey.
Oh, that's way better. So,
hey, welcome to the meeting.
That's just a fucking
golf clap, yeah.
Yeah, very much so. That's probably going to be very loud.
Thanks, I try. Nah.
So, you work with Lovejoy. So, what studio was that?
Black Box Studios.
Yeah. Over at Salisbury, I think it is. It's under his house, basically.
The name and the studio has actually rung a bell for me. I don't know why, but it just has.
Oh, he's been in the industry for a long time, Jeff. Yeah, a long time.
Yeah, so we'd always heard about him, and we thought, maybe he's out of our price range. So it was a combination of wanting to work with him and just saving the money up, I suppose. So
yeah.
And COVID made him drop his rate, which we appreciated. We did appreciate that. So.
Oh, COVID.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's awesome, mate. We love Jeff, so that was so much fun. Just sitting in the studio and having someone else do all the recording and all that stuff for a change too.
Yeah, I mean,
bringing that up, Reece.
We outside perspective on your sound.
Yeah,
sorry,
we came to the point where with the band, I guess you could relate to this as a band. You get to a point where you love playing music and you love writing songs and performing live, and then it just doesn't become that anymore. Like if you want to start to push your band, there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff.
It becomes a business.
We started burying ourselves in that. Then we honestly started hating it, and so this year was great. Once we're getting the album done, we got all that completed. We started to. This was probably the good thing with COVID. We sorted out a lot of that stuff in the background, which was bearing you down, and it's such a relief to actually we finally got people around us who actually want to help the band, and without telling us what we should be doing or making us fork out thousands of dollars just to get to not know what we're going to get. So it's a pretty good time for our band. Like we're getting older, but we're at a good space. So it's just been really, really good.
I think COVID did a lot for musicians in that regard, because I've brought this up, and people that follow this podcast will go, he's bringing this up again, but it made us press pause. I mean, even with me, like I do way too much, and COVID basically just pressed pause on everything. My anxiety levels went actually down, and I got time to slow down, because this industry is so fast paced. I mean, we're no spring chickens. We're in we're the Gen Xers, man. So we're to keep up with all these like millennials and Gen Z, and they're the ones that are getting pushed, and we're the ones that have to like go, oh shit, we got to keep on. We got to do what now? We got to learn TikTok now. Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yeah. I'm glad you had that too. Yeah,
Man, I use TikTok, and I actually have enjoyed using it.
It's so fun. All of this stuff, though, you're looking at it like when I first started playing guitar, there was no internet,
Exactly.
So trying to get demos and all of that out. Trying to get demos and that out. It was all fanzines and mailing stuff.
I won my first demo because from the Battle of the Bands, like the band I was in, which the band I was in high school was called Elysian. and 2 of those members went on to join Dead Letter Circus eventually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, long history. Do you guys remember Melodicy at all?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
Melodicy
Yeah,
was
man.
basically the next version of Elysium. Minus
Wow.
minus me, basically.
You're nearly as old as us, dude. Yeah. Wow.
Probably the
I'm
same
that old, I
age,
forget
man.
who we played with. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Man, it's still fun to do those.
Exactly. The thing is that with people our age, I mean, I'm going to be old man yelling at a cloud right now, but
We'll yell with you, mate.
it was interesting watching when COVID hit, how many bands were actually going to stay together and go, you know what, this is time to sort of like let's write some shit and collaborate and put something forward and think and give us time to rest. And how many bands just go, oh, it's too hard, and give up.
Yeah.
And I watched
yeah.
it.
That happened a bit.
We were lucky we had all of that sorted when COVID hit. So
Yeah.
all we had to do was just record, man. So. And we've kind of sat on the album for like 3 months, 4 months now. Everyone's like, when are you going to release it? So, uploading it to the internet as well.
Yeah, tell them about the why it came out so early.
Yeah, actually, this was actually on my thing to bring up. Which, why?
Because this is trying to figure out the distribution stuff. So
we're learning.
you're filling it all out on the internet.
Yeah,
and obviously we must have missed a button. Or I don't know.
There is a calendar that you choose
yeah.
from, man. You just actually pick a date and you choose that date.
We did. I swear we did, but maybe
We
unchecked
did.
the box. Or
Oh,
I don't know.
no.
Oh,
So anyway, what can you do? You got to just roll with it.
Do you need to wear glasses, Andy? Like that's probably what happens.
I'm starting to think that, yeah. So I might need to get that looked into, yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
It's
What can you do? So-
man, look, seriously.
but it's out there now.
Yeah.
So
Look,
it's all hype anyway, isn't it? Really. So
the whole.
I think at the end of the day, it's a document of where you are. It's there for everyone to enjoy or not enjoy or whatever. So whenever it comes out, whatever.
If you choose to do a PR thing, that's when you basically do a big push behind it. But pardon me, if you choose to just go, you know what, here it is. The people that like the band will go listen to it. Like, I actually come from a PR background. I actually have a degree in PR.
Yeah. Okay.
And sometimes I even think it's just bullshit.
Yeah.
But it's how,
especially when you're
works.
looking at studies. And,
but it's how this
sometimes
industry
you just got to go with your gut and what's in front of you too. So
yeah, I mean,
but I don't think we're very good at manipulating or really sort of doing any of that. So, and no matter how hard we try to look like we are, it just never comes across like that. So I think as long as you're hitting those targets, that's all that matters. So.
Music for us, like,
Is that a good enough
music.
excuse? Or
Yeah, but
we're
music for
musicians.
us,
We're not. Yeah.
and releasing for us, it's like an expensive hobby. It's like being a fisherman. Right? It's like spending all your money on a freaking boat and gear and going out and going fishing, and then you know what, you caught one fish. That's not. You're not using that to go and raise your family. Like, I have a lot of friends that are professional musicians, and that's what they do. But when you're in this type of genre, and particularly, like in the hard rock, alt rock kind of stuff, unless you are either established from 2 decades ago and you've got a big following, or you're a young kid that, like Triple J's, just all of a sudden just gone behind, in Australia, that is. It's basically an expensive hobby.
Yep. It really is, yeah. But hey, could be, it's the hobby we choose. So
it's a rush.
I think as long as people out there or fans or other bands all remember that about each other, we're all.
I think we're quite lucky to be doing what we're doing.
Exactly.
We're just so lucky to be doing what we're doing.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I feel blessed that we're still at our age and we're doing what we're doing, and look, it's not about bloody money or anything. Yeah.
I mean, like I was saying,
if we wanted everything if we got everything back that we spent on the band, Jesus, God, I wouldn't do the band.
Oh no!
I would. That just give us money to keep doing more.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I learned how to mix myself, because the next Mules album.
But we've had to teach ourselves everything. Andrew's a catalyst in going through the whole process. Oh shit, we got artwork to do. Don't worry, I got that cornered. So because Andrew's a great artist.
Yep.
He has been for years. And then we just, he taught himself how to use Pro Tools, and he just without Andrew, we wouldn't have got where we're the caliber of songs that we're writing at the moment. It's just because of learning how to use it ourselves instead of paying someone a fortune to show us how to use it. So, yeah. So.
Well, that's the spirit of what we're doing. It's fun to learn too, isn't it? Don't you think?
Always.
Especially when you can sort of have something to share with other people, I think, instead of something that's in your head or in the jam room, you've got something to share with other people that might become part of the soundtrack to their lives. That's pretty fucking cool.
And I'll be able to teach you how to do distribution a little bit better next, after we chat, if you really want to.
Yeah. Hey, man, we're open. We need all the help we can get, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, but part of the COVID thing too for us was sort of get back to what we enjoy about this. We enjoy writing songs. We enjoy capturing those songs for people to enjoy what we've done as well, and then playing the songs live. That's the main deal, really, isn't it? Everything else is fluff, really, isn't it? So I think if you've got that in focus, then you're going to enjoy it a lot more. Don't get too caught up in all the other stuff. We all learn that. I think it's part of the new technology is learning all this. How much do you really need to share? You know what I mean?
Dude, I had to teach myself this very, very quickly. I started doing this back in April last year. Had to learn how to use OBS Studio and how to do mixing and all that sort of stuff. And I've actually I'm one of those people that loves, like you were saying, learning shit. I love doing it. I love forcing myself to figure out something, why it works, how it works, and how to use it to your advantage. And I love doing this shit. And podcasting, I never really...
At times it's so daunting. It's just so daunting, isn't it?
Yeah, but you just break it down in chunks. That's all you got to do is break it down in chunks. Bit by bit.
Yeah, totally.
I mean,
I made it this far. Here's where I stuffed up. All right,
I mean,
I'll jump on YouTube.
YouTube exactly.
Video.
Yeah. I mean, my brain works a little bit differently to a lot of other people. I mean, because I've basically got ADHD. So,
cool.
I can... focus on other things.
It has its benefits as well.
It does. Seriously, I'm able to do this much shit at the same time.
Yeah.
Should have been a fucking pilot.
That's it. Yeah.
That's why I can play keyboards and bass at the same time, man. That's how it works.
I think there's a name for every sort of thing we have now. So as long as you're able to use,
it's not a disability.
Yeah, you use it despite all of that. Good on you, man.
Yeah,
it's a fucking superpower, bro. It's a superpower.
That's what I claim it to be, anyway.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I can roll with that.
Oh wow.
No, you're doing. That's a good way to see it, Reese. A lot of people will ride that that branding, and they'll ride it, and then that defines their life, and you're using it as a benefit.
Well, okay, to be brutally honest with you, I didn't know I had it.
Really?
I thought it was normal.
You are, bro.
I thought my brain worked a little bit differently, but
we're all a bit fucked up, man. We're all a bit fucked up. So,
well, I've had a few things that have opened my mind a little bit, and I just went, holy shit. Yep. I'm that.
Maybe you can use it to your advantage. Yeah.
Oh, well, I have been for the last 10 years, so 11 years, 12 years now. Shit. I've been around the block for 12
I think that's where the creative side of stuff is really good too, it's definitely an outlet
perfectly
for that, So, and COVID being locked up at home, I think a lot of people are experiencing that as well. So, being able to occupy your time with something useful is it's something we've sort of lost sight of over, trying to get that job to pay for this or pay for that or...
See, I didn't stop my work during COVID. So
well, Jace and Gavin are the same.
Yeah. My line of work actually tripled. So I don't know.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. So I didn't get a break at all.
Life goes on, mate. Yeah.
It actually made me more stressed in that regard. So coming home and not having to go to gigs or anything like that actually calmed me down. So that was kind of cool. I could spend some more time with my wife and
good.
Just put my head space into mixing and that sort of shit. So I don't know where you guys were at, but that's basically where I was. Anyway, back to the album, because we went into a weird fucking tangent.
Yeah, that was cool. Cool
mental
tangent,
health,
bro.
man. It's all good, bro. We talk about mental health. It's good.
The song "Sleep," because that was the second single you guys decided to release off this album, right?
Yep.
What was the thoughts going into that? Because it's a fucking good song.
That was written by Matt, and we sort of co-wrote it, but I wouldn't even say that much. That was something he brought in pretty much full.
It was really full and finished, yeah. But he never used it. He never used it, and he brought it to us, and we just went. He goes, "This is a song for you guys," and once we heard it, we went, "Oh yeah!" Like it has morphed a little bit over the years, don't you think, Andy? From his demo, I think it has.
Yeah, a little bit, but it was great to start with. So,
yeah,
didn't want to muck around with it too much.
And Matty was probably one of the members that, when he did decide to leave due to family, he wanted to focus on his family. It hurt us because he was someone that was, we went, he's the guy. He wrote songs, he played bass and sang. So to lose Matty was a big thing, and we've always hit him up whenever we've had a position, and he's still declined. So he's just a talented guy, man. He's just so talented, It's fucking unreal. So
anyway, so he wrote that, and that's just our interpretation of his song, I guess. Yeah, which is kind of fun too. We like to write our own songs, but if someone, he brought in that and Not As Bad, and I think it was Cry to the Heavens off the first album, so he brought in a couple of really good songs, and we're at the end of the day, you want to write and play good songs. So if it comes from within the band and it's not just the normal two, or it just gives it a bit more of a broader sort of deal,
Yeah.
So, whereas if it was us writing all of the songs. So,
Andy, I do have to say, I actually haven't heard that much wah in a whole album in a long time. So that was actually really fucking cool.
Wah, that's Talkbox.
Is it? There's a lot of wah. I thought there was a lot of wah in the songs. Not just Sleep, but like the whole album. I swear there was
that. No, I'm not.
You don't use wah. Wow.
No, I'm not a big fan of it.
I want him to use more wah, but he won't do it.
Oh, come on. There's always time for wah.
Yeah. There's wah.
Shit, even I do it.
For wah.
Hey, my thingo is saying it's meetings has time limit or something.
Oh, is it?
Just click the button and keep going.
Just keep going.
Should I?
Just came up as well.
All right, I'm going to click OK.
Yeah, you'll be right.
Am I still here? I'm alive.
You're still here. You're still here.
Yeah.
You haven't disappeared into the Matrix, man. It's all good.
I'm alive. Whoa, man.
Red pill or blue pill? I don't know.
Oh, that was tricky.
And next thing you know, I'm Morpheus.
We've gone all over the place tonight. That's awesome.
This is what happens in like every podcast I do, dude. It's just rabbit hole central, man. But like, it's even more so when there's like more than one person one-on-one. Just chaos can just like take over, and I love it.
Well, Gavin and Simon tonight, they were sort of like, should we join in, and we're like, yeah, man, jump on, but that,
Yeah. No, sometimes it can be a bit too much. If there's three people, I think it's just a nice level. And sometimes it
feels like Reese, I'm on the stage when Andy gets a bit pissed, and then you give him a mic. Honestly, I can't get a word in, I can't get a word in.
No, not anymore. Come on.
You don't.
Come on. I've been great. I've been behaving myself.
Dude, I know exactly how you feel, Andy. Because
what are you talking about?
I remember being on tour in New Zealand with an older band. I was in called Kindred. Hey Brett, if you're watching. And there was one gig that we did, and we were going to be playing. We knew we were going to be playing to like literally 5 people because they stuffed up the venue and mixed around it, which stuffed everything up. And I decided to get very drunk that night. So basically, they had a microphone in front of me doing backup vocals, and after that gig, they decided not to give me a microphone.
Well, you live and learn. Hey, dude. Yeah, that's how I see it. Yeah, no matter how old you are, there's still. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I behave myself these days, unless something happens, but usually I'm pretty good. But yeah, that was pretty funny.
Well, it's usually we've got to like change guitars or stuff for tunings, and everyone's just sort of like giving me death stares until I'm fucking ready. So
whatever, man. Whatever, bro. I'm ready.
You start nervous talking.
Yeah, mate, I'm ready to
hurry
go,
up.
bro.
Yeah.
I'm not death staring you.
Yeah,
I'm ready to go.
Hurry up.
It's usually me with mules telling Nathan which patch he needs to be on the synth. It's like, dude, patch 4. He'd be like, oh, yep, cool, yep. Which patch? Which patch am I on? Patch 8, bro. And he's like, yep, cool. You know which? Yeah.
Yeah. You're that guy, are you? Yeah.
I'm the
I feel your
conductor.
pain, bro.
I'm the conductor, man. That's what it is.
You and Andy are similar. Yeah.
It's the word, the brain
Keep us in
wave.
check.
So you guys decided to hold bass auditions just prior to Brisbane locking down. Like, okay, so to date us right now, it is February 4th. 2 weeks ago, was it 2 weeks ago that you guys were in the 3-day lockdown, or was it 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, that was the second weekend of doing auditions. Yeah. So we got one weekend in, and those 3 guys made it to the end. So
did you make it fight it out to the death?
Maybe it helped, dude. Yeah. And they were all really good. So
we're about ready to set them all up for a cage fight, just to pick which one it was, because they all brought it.
Just throw a pick into the ring and see which one uses it.
They fight over who's not going to use it. Yeah, these days, don't they?
Yeah, well, I use a pick, but in one band.
What's wrong with a pick?
Nothing.
What's wrong with a pick on the bass?
Nothing at all. I used to be anti-pick for a long time. I used to be totally anti-pick.
Yeah, but it works.
But it gives a certain tone, and
depends on the application.
Exactly.
You know? That's the way I'd look at it.
If I'm going to be playing guitar and bass at the same time, which I do on mules, I kind of need a pick for that.
Yeah. Hey, how do you do that? Yeah,
I'm not telling. That's you just did the guitarist dick move of asking, oh, how do you do that, man? Yeah, no.
Well, I didn't mean it that way. I'm genuinely impressed.
Yeah, you did.
That's why I have stickers all over my pedals.
No way, man. Yeah. I'm watching you.
It started.
Don't tell him your secrets, Reese. He'll steal them. Don't tell him.
That started way back at our second gig, I think, that we did at the Globe, the new Globe Theatre, which rest in peace.
Oh, the new shitty Globe. I call it the shitty Globe.
We played a gig with a certain band that shall remain nameless, and as I was packing up, the guitarist and bass player both came over, looked at my pedal board, and went, oh, how do you do it, man? I was going, that's why I have stickers on the fucking pedals. So, like, if you can't figure out what these pedals are without the stickers on
idiot proof, yeah.
Then I'm not telling you. Exactly. And some know straight away. They just figure it out to go, bang, that's how you do it. So Andy, how do you get your sound, bro?
Don't tell him. It's easily as possible. My setup's very basic.
Yeah,
I like the Kiss thing. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah,
so I've just got a Boss floor pedal going into the amp, really. So you can
get. Just reminds me of the last show when you're keeping things simple. I'll bring it up. We went to the show. Last show we played, just the next day Bill left, but we'll keep talking about that.
Was that the Woolly Mammoth one?
Yeah, it was a really cool gig. Andy decided to bring one guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, he brought 2. But because he has different tunings, but the one that he prefers to play, his Gretsch.
Yep.
We're about ready to set up, and then he's looking all stressed, and we've looked over, and he's like, "I need some duct tape. And we're like, "Man, we don't have any duct tape." And I went, "What's wrong?" And he's like, "Oh, I need to stick the port back in." What had happened is when his leads, when he's rocking around, the port is twisted around, and he's totally ripped the solder out the wires.
Oh.
He said, "Duct tape's not going to save you, bro."
Oh.
It was a very stressful moment for him, and but look, we got through it. But
and I handled that awesome.
I just loved the look on his face.
I had a full meltdown.
That's rock and roll, man. That happens.
We can laugh about it now, but it was a brand new guitar too. So.
Oh no.
Anyway, I was looking forward to showing it off. And,
did you cry a little bit afterwards, like when you got home? You just went, "Oh, whoa."
Totally, totally. But we managed. We just had to cut out a bunch of songs and retune another guitar. So It all worked out.
Yeah, lucky we got a lot of songs so we could quickly flip the set.
I
So.
was gonna say 14 years in,
and
you'd
the
hope
band
you've
that
got
was
like a lot of
versatile
songs.
enough to be able to react to that on the spot as well. So the boys did awesome.
How many finished songs do we have all up, Andy?
They did so awesome, but Bill sort of quit the next day. Yeah,
Yeah, that wasn't awesome.
It happens, man. It does. That's the way of all things. I mean,
it's just it gets too intense sometimes. So you know what it's like.
Playing with us, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are back to a four-piece, right?
Putting up with Jace. It's putting up with Jace. That's what the hardest part.
Well, but you two have got like a long-lasting relationship, so there's obviously something there that just basically you get each other in.
Yeah, how'd that happen? Yeah,
over 15 years of friendship, hasn't it been? I think, or more.
Yeah. Friends.
Can I ask how you guys met?
Yeah, I met him on we used to work for Termimesh, termite company, a pest control company. And yeah, the story of meeting Andrew was quite interesting. I knew about him. I think he knew about me because I'd moved up from Canberra to start work there in Brisbane because I wanted to live up in Queensland. So I moved and I rocked up to a site and here's this Andrew guy. He's out there working. And as soon as we both spoke to each other, I knew that I like this guy. You know, we're going to be mates for a long time. And he mentioned that his originals bands, you know, he's like, I'm fucking over it. I don't know what to do. I think I'm going to give it up. And at that time I was doing covers bands and our guitarist was moving overseas. So we're packing up the covers band. I said, look, I don't know what's going to happen. But I think it's over. And he's like, oh, we should join a band together. And then I went, ha, 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 ha. And then, you know, like you do. And then you keep working. And then one day Andy rang me and he goes, I want you to come over to the house. I've got 5 songs that we've written and I want you to throw some lyrics on it. And at that time, the band had broken up. So I went, yep, I'm in. I'll give it a go. And I've tried the original things years ago before that. And you'd only write a few songs of the band and then 2 years would pass and you're going, what's going on? Like, we're not getting anything moving. And, and then they gave me the 5 songs. And then I think it was about a week later, I rang him and I said, I'm coming over to track them. And he's like, are you ready? And I went, and I honestly couldn't believe that, you know, as soon as I heard the music, lyrics just started flowing. And it was probably the first band that it's ever happened to me with. And so we went straight over and started tracking and, you know, seeing the look on his face. We knew we were on a winner. Yeah. So, so that pretty much consolidated our friendship. And, can't get rid of the guy. Can't get rid of him.
Oh, look at that. Romance.
The first song we ever wrote was Black Days. That was our first ever song that we ever wrote, and we still play it.
You still play it?
Yeah, it's a rad song. Yeah, it's a rad song to play. It's so fun.
Yeah.
So, so we wrote those, and then we just, you know, and we just kept going. Oh, if we get to 8 songs, you know, if we get to here, we're a band, you know, and we'd get to that, and then we'd high five and everybody, and then, you know, it was just a slow process just to get us to where we needed to go. And
this is the thing that bands, a lot of bands don't understand. Well, a lot of musicians don't understand that they're just starting out. Is the relationship and the motivation. You need more than one person to have that will and drive behind it. Right? If one person is just basically the only person driving it, then and everyone else is just basically tying in behind them.
Trouble.
That band's
you're gonna burn
out. How many bands are fucked out when you sort of realise that's how they were running? And and we like to tell the guys, like, no matter who's in the band, we share everything quarters because we want everyone involved in what we're doing and we want everyone to be proud of what they're doing. So we do the U2 theory. You know, they've kept it the same. So and look at those guys, they're all still together. You know, how many bands break up when they're not, you know, when they're sitting around doing nothing while whoever's written the songs is getting all the, you know, all the praise and whatnot. And
that's it.
So it's collaborative. All of us have a say in everything.
I mean, like, I know when I first got the Mules project underway, because it's my baby that I basically, I've been spending probably about 10 years playing reggae. I come from a hard rock and new metal and progressive metal background. Then I spent 10 years playing reggae, and I had all this pent up because I still listen to progressive metal and new metal and alt stuff all the time and grunge. And I had all this pent up songwriting stuff, but I couldn't put it anywhere. And my wife just said, just write. And I I discovered Royal Blood. I'm wearing this shit right now, coincidentally. But
Same, man. I discovered them and went, wow. I went,
and
wow.
I figured out how I spent 3 months figuring out how to do it, and then I had a 13-song purge. So much like what Andy's gone and done, and by chance I did a barefoot gig. It was a big one, and Nath, the singer in Mules, was there, and me and Nath actually have had a long relationship, but we used to be in a band together back in 2002, 2003, I think it was, and then that band sort of just fell apart, and he went his way, and I hadn't seen him, and then by chance he happened to be at this gig, and I got chatting to him, asked if he's still singing again, and he said, yeah, and didn't even think of it, and I came home and went, you fucking idiot, should have asked him to sing for the fucking, because I didn't want to do the main singing of it. Sent him tracks. Yeah. I sent him 4 tracks and said, have a listen to this, and I don't know if you'd be interested, and he ghosted me for 3 days. And I was just like, oh, far out, man. Like, he just did. Okay, he doesn't like that. Someone else. He gets back to me on the 4th day and goes, this is fucking brilliant. I want to do this. I went, woo. And just basically, yeah. So what you Jason, what you and Andy did, a similar sort of thing, man.
That's cool. That's awesome, man. Yeah. And he's a great singer too, man. Yeah. You guys make a really good sound together.
He's one of my favorite singers, I'd have to admit. I mean, I love
man. He's got a presence, dude. That's what I noticed when you guys played. He's got a presence there, man. That's
funnily enough,
a frontman needs. You know?
He's got a very similar background to you, Jace, because he did a lot of cover stuff. Yeah, he spent a lot of years playing covers bands.
Like, I started in honestly, I did a lot of theatre shit when I was younger and before the balls dropped and everything. And then once I finished that, I honestly hated music. I got pushed pretty hard when I was a kid. And then once the voice broke, I kept getting pushed, and it just made me hate music. So I didn't listen to anything for a good 5 years. I couldn't even put the radio on.
Wow.
So then all of a sudden the bug just went, like, what are you doing, mate? Do what you love. So do what you've been given. So,
yeah, if it's in the blood. But I know with my kids, they're all musically talented. They have the abilities to do it. And there's one of my kids has she's got perfect pitch. And I've never pushed it, but I've planted seeds, just going, you know what?
Yeah, that's as long as it's around.
It's something for Christmas, you go figure it out. Yeah. And now she's wanting to write songs, and like I've been producing a song for her and that sort of stuff too. But she's playing ukulele, she's playing guitar, she's singing, and But you don't push it. This is the thing. You don't push it. Let it come out, and I find it works better. Like my parents didn't push me. Because my background's actually like in playing trumpet and euphonium, which is like a mini tuba.
Really? Yeah.
It was only by chance.
I started out on tenor saxophone. Yeah.
Yeah. And so you can read, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm not as good as I used to be able to, but I can understand charts and whatnot. Yeah.
See, that was my in, because I could read bass clef, and hardly anyone at school in the concert band could read bass clef, and they needed a bass player to come in. And so they gave me the school bass to learn over like the school holiday period over Christmas, and I basically taught myself how to play bass. And because I could read bass clef and read charts, I went,
so much easier. I went from saxophone to bass too.
Oh, did you?
And what blew me away was like the fingerings for saxophone for say like G or something was like such a different coordination to the next note. Yeah. And when you got on bass, and they're like, you mean you just put your finger there and it's G? Then I can go to there and it's A. I was like, man, this is way better. I just thought I sucked at music and I didn't get it, and I hated it.
You just need to tap into the bass player
switching
mentality.
to bass is so it gives you a simple format to work with, and it's up to you how dynamic you make it.
Exactly, man.
So, and we like that in our music as well. We don't want a bass player doing quarter notes or whatever. If they're being dynamic with either the guitar or the drums or something, I think that it just adds so much to the music,
Dude, the job of the bass player is to tie the guitarist and the drum and the vocals and the drum.
Yeah, man, that's the engine room.
Yeah. A lot of people don't realize that. Yeah. Sorry.
And getting that right combination.
Yeah.
And getting the right combination of guys, it's magic, dude. When you get it. So
driving it back to the album again.
Sorry, man.
No, we just went to Tangent City. That's fine. This is what it's all about. I love this bit of the fucking podcast thing, man. It's good fun.
Awesome.
Cool,
yeah,
man.
we'll talk your head off, mate. Yeah, so you'll probably have to take the reins, man. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to do a part 2. You're going to bed, guys. Go.
Ah, shit.
Yeah.
We're already past the 40-minute
back
mark.
in the day, I remember.
We'll wrap it up shortly anyway. But have you got plans to do like actual album releases for this? I mean, I know we were talking about.
We are doing CDs. That's the other side to it too. Is just finance at the moment. You know what I mean? So
I don't do.
We're trying to figure out. Hey,
I don't do physical copies much.
Well, we're
only doing a small run, so.
Yeah, we just want to do a small run for the people who want that. But mainly, it's basically out on all digital platforms.
Yep.
People want to listen to it for free. It's on YouTube. So
it'll be linked underneath the
shirts.
podcast anyway, man. I'll be doing all that.
Is there anything else we're missing, or we've
got t-shirts to sell, man. We're going pretty all right with our merch.
Well, so Jason's wearing one right now, so yeah.
Oh, this is a dodgy one, but we've got better ones. We've got ones that were digitally printed.
You're not supposed to say that.
Yeah, thanks.
This is the dodgy one, but
oh look, that's a Kmart special.
We hand printed that one.
We hand printed that one. So
that's how you're supposed to do shit, man. This is like DIY stuff.
Yeah.
I love that.
Like
we're going to do a bit of hardsies though. Yeah.
So this one's copped Andy Sweat. Buy it. So,
yeah, this podcast's just gone absolute chaos. I'll wrap it up now anyway, and I'll hang on the line because I'll chat to you after this because this is way too fun. But
awesome, thanks, Reese.
Beneath the Surface is already out. It was supposed to be out like tomorrow, but it's already out. So I'll link it in the description below, and your socials and that sort of shit. Man, we're gonna have to do a gig soon. So yeah, this is
we're on it. Yeah,
we're on.
Ladies, watch this space.
Watch this space, ladies and gentlemen. Andy and Jason from Speedracer. Cheers, guys.
Thank you so much, Reese. It was awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, bud. See ya.
Hope you dug that one. Sorry if we laughed too much, but I couldn't help it because I had fun. Big shout out to Jason and to Andy from Speedracer for jumping on. Do check out the album Beneath the Surface. It's out now. Really, it's a good album, so check it out. Plenty more coming in, and if you have not subscribed or followed, because we are now on audio too, so always press that follow button if you haven't done so, or subscribe to us on YouTube. More podcasts coming up. I've got a couple more coming up in the next few weeks, which are going to be fun. Looking forward to it. Thank you for supporting local music, live music, Australian music, all sorts of music. You guys are legends. Cheers.